Okay, let's pop these down here. Let's see what we have. So the Nine of Cups. I hope these are not coming out as too washed out. So the Nine of Cups, it's the wish card, right? Everyone knows that. Um, this is about your heart's desire. Now, if the Nine of Cups comes up as your underlying energy, it kind of speaks of determining what your heart's desire is. So it may be in April that you figure it out. Yes, for some of you, it feels like you do get your heart's desire and it may be showing up here, but we'll get to that in a moment. Otherwise, this is about, yes, knowing what your heart's desire is. What is it that you wish for? I always say, the Nine of Cups, yes, it's the wish card, but it's oftentimes what we wish for before we truly know what we want. That's why there's a warning label that comes with the cards. No matter how great any of the tarot cards are, they have a more positive message and they have a more negative one. They have the whole spectrum of energies. And so the message for the Nine of Cups is be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Set your intentions, Aries, because it looks like this is a month of manifestation for you, a month where you figure out at the very least what it is that you truly desire. And if not what you truly desire, you may get what you truly desire. Now, it feels like this has come about, this realization or, figuring out what your heart's desire truly is, has come from this, the Three of Swords. This is pain. This is loss. This is grief. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas. So these are usually, I would say this, the Three of Swords are, stories that we've picked up throughout our lifetime, maybe from old relationships, maybe from the way we've been treated at work, looking at our parents' relationships, seeing how other people, treat us. But there's stories that we pick up. Now, we all have three swords in our heart. All of us do. But what happens is the heart kind of seals over the three swords and they're there. They just stay there and we don't know that they're there. Then someone does something or we experience something and one of the swords kind of gets moved and we realize it's there. Now, what we immediately do is we blame that person or that situation for causing us the pain. When truly what it's done is triggered an old pain that's been in us for a while now. This coming up at the heart of your reading says that, there may be something that's caused you some pain. I kind of feel like you're coming into April with this. You wouldn't have the Nine of Cups otherwise. But I love that energy and not the pain part. Sorry about that. But I love the fact that, because of this, you kind of realize what it is that you want. For some of you, this does feel like a wish gone bad. Like you get what you wish for. And it kind of is, I'm not sure if this is exactly what I wanted. But for most of you, this is going to be that energy of, because you've gone through some loss, because you've gone through some pain, it's kind of given you, it's strange that I say this, crystal vision, but crystal clear vision on what it is that you truly want now. No more of this. This is working through old issues. Whenever the Three of Swords shows up, it's not a nice card. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. It's unpleasant and it's painful and it's hurtful. But it gives us an opportunity to remove those three swords once and for all. For some of you, this may be now that, you've been going through this pain for a while. And this is the month where you think like, no more, I'm removing those three swords. I've grieved enough. And we must always honor those. We must always honor those emotions. And it's swords. So that's more about our thoughts, our beliefs and the stories, like I said, that we attach to situations. But I get the sense here that, this is where you realize that no more, I'm not doing this anymore. For some of you, it may have been, we're getting with these two. They can indicate the stories that we pick up. We have the Hierophant coming up as a past, in the past position or as a foundation of your reading. And the Hierophant talks about, again, traditions. What are the things that you believe? This could be your spiritual beliefs. This could be something that you commit to and, the rules of engagement within that relationship that you had. This can be a company or a job that you were committed to. But it's something that you choose to conform to. No one makes you do this. And it's very similar when it comes to the kind of stories. That's why I'm kind of going on about that a little bit, is that the Hierophant talks about what stories are yours, like what beliefs do you have or traditions do you have that are yours? Where did you pick them up from? Did you pick them up from your parents? Did they teach you, like, you don't get married to someone outside of your culture? Or did they tell you, well, your grandfather was a doctor, we're doctors, you're going to be a doctor as well. So it's those kind of things that where have you picked up these stories from, or this, whatever you're committed to. It can be spiritual stuff. So it can be like the religious beliefs that we have. But it kind of feels, at the very least, the most mundane, like the very basic energy of the Hierophant, which is what we look at in general readings, is what you are committed to. So this could be a commitment to a job, could have been a company that you were working for. It's caused you pain, but through that pain, which is what pain is there to do, right? It's shown you what you truly wish for. Whatever you were committed to. I don't think this is working for you anymore. Whether it's organized religion, whether it's that relationship, that marriage, whatever it was, whatever you were committed to, the company, it's not working for you anymore because it's caused you this. Which is maybe why you have the Chariot coming up in the present. And the Chariot talks about moving very swiftly away, well, not so much away, but towards what it is that you want. This is the card where you have Taurus coming up here and you have Cancer coming up here as signs. And like I say, the signs don't rule the card, so take that with a pinch of salt. But what we have here is the Chariot. The Chariot talks about balancing head and heart to get to your destination. It's a victory card, yes. It is a victory card, but victory through our own determination and efforts. Now, we have the Nine of Cups sat above this. So the Nine of Cups, yes, it's the wish card, but it doesn't just mean you sit around like she sat under that tree, but we can just assume like wishing. And it's strange because there's a full moon here. And as I'm recording this, it is the full moon in Libra. So it may be something to do with a full moon wish that you made, but it's not just about sitting around waiting for your wish to happen. I feel in April, there's a chance for you to actively move towards whatever it is that you wish for. The Chariot talks about taking action and it talks about things speeding up. It can feel overwhelming when the Chariot comes in. Here, this is about conforming. There's, it's very solid, stable energy with the Hierophant. No matter what we say about him, no matter what we think about, the rules or traditions or whatever they are, this is very solid and stable. Things seem to be shifting and moving here. There's opportunities for you to move ahead. But how do you do that? By balancing your head and your heart. Now, if we think about the Hierophant as the head, the head of the church, the head of the family, the head of the organization, the rules that come about, right? And we have 3 swords through the heart. There's some work that needs to be done here. But it does help you. It does help you. I know it might not seem like it, especially if you're going through this energy right here. But that's at the heart of your reading. You have some amazingly solid cards around this. It just feels like with the 3 of Swords at the heart of your reading, that's kind of like the powerhouse. And some people do that. They can be crippled by their pain, or the pain can help them to get that very clear vision of, I do not want this. I do not want this to happen to me anymore. I'm not going to put up with this. So yes, balancing head and heart. Now, why do you have to do that? Because you have 2 horses pulling the Chariot. Now, if the 2 horses were going in 2 different directions, you would not get very far. So in April, at the very least, I feel like you figure out and you put some action behind whatever this wish is. Now, if you can do that, where does this lead? Well, it leads to the King of Cups. Some of you may be dealing with a water sign, which would be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This could be your energy. This could be you living from the heart, knowing what you truly feel. Remember what I said, the 9 of Cups is what you wish for before you truly know what you need. It's what you want, but what you want isn't always what you need. And I get that with the 9 of Cups sometimes, because the 10 of Cups is where we're truly happy. That's the card that comes after the 9. But sometimes I think we need to get that kind of the false wish, as it were, before we can figure out, well, you know what, I don't think I truly did want this. The King of Cups is very caring, very nurturing, very spiritual energy. He knows how he feels. Now, the thing with him, though, is that he doesn't always express how he feels. I always say still waters run very deep with this guy, because what you see on the surface is not always what's going on underneath. That's not to say he doesn't know how he feels. He does know. He is the King of Cups, and cups are all about our emotions. So he has mastery over this. He does know how he feels, but he won't say it until he's ready. Now, for some of you, I'm getting, if this is a romantic reading or, love life reading for you, that you've gone through some pain and it kind of feels like you've been picking yourself up and now you're ready to go again. You're ready to express love. Maybe you've met someone, could be an earth sign or a water sign. We've got both energies coming up here, that you're interested in. Could be that. Others of you, this is someone who comes in, they might like you, but maybe you're the one that's not ready because you've gone through this pain. You're trying to still picking yourself up, trying to move ahead in a direction. For others of you, if this is a work reading, and it could go both ways, obviously it's a general reading, Kind of feels like you're ready to move or ready to change up what you're doing, either within that same company or, even in the same job, because this just talks about movement, progress, a victory. This is a win that you experience. And it feels like it truly makes you happy, and it makes you very aware of what's working and what isn't working. And that's strange to say with the Three of Swords sat above there. But, sometimes maybe you have to, well, this is stabbed in the chest, but sometimes you have to get stabbed in the back at work to figure out, well, this is not really working for me. I don't want to work with these kinds of people. I don't want to work in this kind of a job. I often get people saying to me that, can you give other examples like for people that don't work or are not in a relationship? Well, I try to give you the general energy so you can apply them how you want. This may be someone that comes on. This could be a spiritual advisor, like I said. He's a healer. This is a healer's energy. That's if we look at professions that these people have, this is a healer's energy. So whatever way you see healing, could be a Reiki master, could be a spiritual advisor, a therapist, like that kind of energy we have here. But it feels like this person comes in, either if this is not you, this person is coming in to heal this, to help you heal this pain. Could be a friend, right? That you talk to about this pain that you've had and you finally managed to get it out. You finally managed to say what's been causing you all of this hurt, all of this pain. Now, what's the advice, right? What's the advice to get you to this future? Well, we have the King of Pentacles here. Maybe an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But the king, another king. So we have we have a lot of very solid masculine, and we all have the divine masculine and feminine within us. Remember that energy coming up here. He's very reliable. He's very dependable. He's very focused on his finances, on his career, but he's grounded. And I often think that, if we're trying to manifest something, like we manifest from our emotions, which is why the Nine of Cups are emotions. But to make it material, to make it something that, you can see, feel and touch, something tangible in your life. Pentacles, earth energy is what we need, because that is reality. That's the physical aspects of our life. So either you're being asked to be more like this person, which would be like focus on what you can physically do to get what you want. Yes, it's great that you have these emotions, that you know how you feel, you know what you want to heal, you know what the problem is, but he gets it done like at a very physical level. He's very business savvy. Now, again, going for careers, this could be a tax advisor, an accountant, someone who gives great business advice. The kings usually are they take care of people, and they are at their they know they have achieved mastery of their suits. But let's pull you a few clarifiers for that bottom row, especially for those two kings. So the moon talks about our intuition. Again, so I'm getting this kind of moon significance that's coming up here for you guys. But the moon does talk, it's illumination, but not so much what is shown to us. Because what is shown to us is in shadows. It's what is in the shadows. This is what are our fears, what are our doubts. It may be that things are moving very quickly here. And you could meet someone, who seems to say all the right things. He's very loving, very nurturing, very caring, but you're not sure. You're not sure if this person is reliable or dependable. Could be. So it's asking you not to, and I say this all the time, don't focus on the other person. You focus on yourself. And that's what the moon asks you to do. What's your intuition telling you? What's your gut telling you? And where is that coming from? Is it coming from this old stories that you have, the old pain that you have? Is it coming from, this desire or this wish that you have? Because the Chariot's telling you to balance both. Balance your head and your heart to get where you want to be. So this talks about, yes, you're confused. Yes, you don't really know who to trust. This can be like secrets coming out. So if you've liked someone, it may be the right time to say it to them. And we have strength. And that would make sense, because this is about courage. Courage to go in a new direction. Courage to kind of go the distance with the Chariot coming up there. It's either going to be the courage to live from your heart, or, if you do that, look at the combination of the two kings together. This one lives from his heart. This one looks at what practically needs to be done to get the security that he wants, to get the abundance that he wants. And abundance can be in any area: financial abundance, emotional abundance, spiritual abundance. We have two very spiritual cards here. And they're both, this is very intuitive energy. That's very intuitive energy. But strength talks about courage, inner strength, inner courage. Have a look. I love the reds on this card, and the reds and oranges, but have a look at her. She's cuddling this lioness. And how did she know? How did she know she could go up to that lion? She just had to, she didn't have any doubts. She didn't have this. She just went up, straight up to and she knew that she could do it. Now, you have the Four of Swords coming up here as well. And the Four of Swords, it can be a temporary separation. So maybe you've taken some time off work. Maybe you've separated temporarily in a relationship just to get some time away. I think for some of you, it's going to be the fact that, this is great energy to get after the Three of Swords, because this is a card of healing. It is a card of healing. The Four of Swords talks about taking a break, putting the swords down, healing in mind, body, and spirit. So people don't like the term healing because they're like, why do we always need to be healed? And it's true, we're not really broken, but we do need time sometimes to go figure things out. We do need time to, could be going on vacation. This is everything from a spa day to recovering after the flu to, taking a temporary break in a relationship or taking some time off work. Maybe if you want a new job, you take some time off to go look for what your options are. Go and try out new things. Go and see what's available to you. Because to be truly emotionally fulfilled, the advice is to look at what, practically what is it that you need to do. There is action that is required here from you guys. But let's have a look. So let's pull some romance messages for you guys and expand on these energies. Here we go. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. That one flicked up straight away. Let's put that there. So what this card says, it doesn't necessarily mean that something is wrong, but I'm going to tie this in with the Three of Swords here. Because what are the red flags? It's when we're thinking something isn't right here. Something isn't right. But it's like I was saying to you, why? Why is something not right? The moon is when we're afraid to do something. But you're obviously being told to have the courage to go ahead and do it. Either to take that break or to heal yourself so you can go forward into this kind of more emotionally fulfilling situation. And so if we're being cautioned by the signs, we are the important part of that, because we're the ones that are feeling like, oh, what's going on? What is happening here? So is it because of past stories that sometimes this can come up where we're in a relationship, right? And we start doubting our partner. Why? Because our ex treated us like that. Something our partner said or did, like you could have been married before and your ex started doing stuff like that. And you're like, well, some old pain comes up. But it's not your present partner's fault. It's because your ex did something there. So have a look at this, have a look at that's what the moon tells you as well. Have a look at what the shadow self is. What is the pain? Why is it there? What's in the shadows? Because you have this great energy as an underlying energy telling you that your wishes can come true. You are very clear on what your heart's desire is in April. But a lot of the kind of downside or the negative side comes from our own pain, our own fears, and needing to heal from that. All right, let's see what we have here. Here, appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So we have that coming up. So that's going to be very much about being in the moment, right? We can look ahead. So maybe that's your goal. You want a King of Cups type. You want to either be, in an emotionally fulfilling situation, work, friendship, family, whatever it is that you're going for. But you can just wish on that with this. Or you can look at where you are right now and kind of balance your head and heart. See how you're feeling. I always say that you always manifest from how you're feeling, what your vibration is. And so if you appreciate where you are, look at what your fears are right now. What's kind of keeping you from getting what you want. The King of Pentacles, I love that energy with the King, because this might just be feeling something, right? But he is solid and stable and secure, the energy there. Some of you may have two people. I mean, we have the Three of Swords coming up here, which I don't always go there. And you guys know that is a third party situation. I can't see how that would be your wish to be in a third party situation, although there are different kinds of people, because these are all very positive energies. And it just feels like there's some doubts or some inner insecurities that are coming up to kind of stop you from going forward. And there we go, higher power flipped out. And this might be that as well. Like we have, I hope you can see it. Higher power, it talks about higher power. Knowing, I would say there's a very delicate dance between what is destined to happen and how we treat those fated events. No matter what happens, even if the perfect person comes into our life, we get offered the perfect job, anything that we're after, if it gets presented to us, we have to seize that opportunity. We have to take action. We can sit and dream under the tree as much as we want. We can have the opportunity that comes in. We're always co-creating with a higher power, but we must seize that opportunity and take some action related to this. And it says, dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously. Nine of Cups, right? You can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story. This is your card for sure. One in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. And that's kind of pretty much what your reading was saying. I feel like April is about, there's so many opportunities that come in, but you must remove those 3 swords from your heart. And you have an opportunity for that too with the 4 of Swords coming up here.